and Morehead State wearing the road golds with the blue numbers. Morehead State trying to snap a losing streak coming into this game, and Louisville trying to bounce back from its second loss of the season. Of course, both losses to ranked opponents for Louisville as the Cards are in possession to start things off. There's Olivia Cochran, the mainstay for the Cardinals over the past few years. Jalea Williams, a transfer, in possession here. Standout freshman Tajian Roberts swings it. Here's McKinley Randolph, a freshman, right at the end of the shot clock to get the scoring going.
Yeah, and good start by McKinley Randolph. She struggled a little bit the past few games as well, so, you know, as the season goes on this year, she's definitely going to be a player to watch.
There's your Morehead State starting lineup, and keep an eye on Eileen Marquez, the FIU transfer, who is 9 of 23 so far this season from three-point range, and has been a fantastic addition to this Morehead State lineup. And then here's the look at the Cards, the same grouping as the last couple of times out for the Cards. Nyla Harris in there along with Cochran, providing that veteran presence in the lineup. Here she is on the ball. Left turn, nice job, flipped it in.
Nice play by Nyla Harris. She's another one who has kind of started off slow this season, shooting-wise. But when you're on a Louisville Cardinals team, there's so many new faces. They're kind of still learning how to play with each other. And again, they'll be growing throughout the season. And Jeff Walz, I'm sure, this is not their finished product.
They're still trying to work out the kinks of this offense as Novick cruises in for an easy layup. She's not going to get many buckets easier than that.
Morehead State, number 10.
Morehead State, led by Chris Palmer, the interim head coach, was a standout player at the D2 level, was named the interim head coach exactly a month ago today, leading the Eagles into a very difficult matchup here against Louisville. They've lost 3 in a row after winning the opener against Asbury, a fellow Kentucky program. As Roberts, who has scored in double figures in each of the first 4 games, misses the second. And the Cardinals trying to get this offense going. Their turnover ratio, 64 assists to 73 turnovers, shooting just 29% from three-point range. From the free throw line, they're struggling. So the Cards really just trying to get the juices flowing on the offensive end.
Yeah, and both teams right now having pretty good ball movement. No communication on defense on either ends, as we see Morehead State passing cut for an easy layup, and now Louisville Cardinals passing cut for a foul.
Potentially an issue there, sorry Jessa, early for Morehead State is Michelle Ugwa, one of the 2 freshman front court players, picking up her second foul here in under 2 minutes. One of the top rebounding presences on this team, so that is something to follow here. And Marissa Russell coming on for the Cards, another veteran sharpshooter checking in from Ontario as she replaces Randolph. And look at Jeff Walz and everything that this guy has accomplished. It is a laundry list of accomplishments, 467 wins, and now deep into his second decade leading the Cards. And he's always so patient with his teams, isn't he, Jess?
Yeah, sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. But I can say that. But especially with this team, you have to be patient because, like we talked about, 9 newcomers. That's something you don't see often nowadays with the transfer portal, especially freshmen coming in and having key roles in a top 25 team in the country.
And you'll notice there, just under his elbow, is Jayda Curry, which is a big deal because she has not previously gone through warm-ups for the Cards and is one of the key players. We'll talk more about her throughout the course of this ball game as Walz and the Cardinals try to get back on the right track. Early going here in the Yum Center. Frigid outside, but nice and warm in the friendly confines here in downtown Louisville. Nyla Harris with 7 on the shot clock. Doesn't have any options. Williams got to get something up here quickly. Tried to slip it through to Russell. Probably needed to try a shot attempt there, and it's going to be Morehead State ball.
Yeah, and Morehead State doing a really nice job on the defensive end, just making it hard and making it look uncomfortable for what the Cards not knowing really what to do.
Well, we don't have to wait to see if Jayda Curry's going to get into the game. Here she is, Curry and Alif Istanbuloglu both checking in right away for the Cards within the first 3 minutes. Curry, of course, will be a big presence in taking care of the basketball and helping generate more offense. As Morehead State makes a couple changes to its grouping as well, with Aaliyah Holmes checking in. 3 ball is no good. There's Jayda Curry, 2025 Drysdale Award watch list, hit 45 threes last year, shot 39%, her first game of this season, and a huge, huge key piece for this group for her to be healthy.
Yeah, she is. She's another one of those veteran players who played for Jeff Walls last year and takes her first shot.
Ooh. Hits it right away. Good start.
That's a good sign for the Cards.
The Cal transfer splashed down, and an early bucket for her to get some confidence back.
But Jeff, also coming in off the bench, not playing any games this season, and having the confidence to step up and shoot that shot, that just shows you that, you know, she's continued to work even though she hasn't been able to play because she's been hurt, but that shows that she's got the confidence in herself to shoot the ball.
And there's the entry pass into Cochran, who flips it up and in. And the Cards now lead 11-4 in the early stages of this one. It's a 6-0 spurt here for Louisville. Look at the energy injection here from Jayda Curry right away, getting deflections. And there's Imari Berry coming in, the freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. So many accolades as a high school player. Clarksville, of course, the hometown of Marcus Maben, the former Louisville star on the men's side, as the 3-ball lands.
And that's one thing, if Morehead State wants to stay in this basketball game, they're going to have to continue to hit those open shots.
Out of bounds, possession stays with the Cards.
37% field goal shooting percentage this year for Morehead State so far, and just 26% from 3. So that could be a positive sign for Harley Painter and her teammates if those 3 balls are falling. Here's Istanbuloglu in the post. Nice couple of moves. And draws the foul underneath.
Foul on Morehead State's number 20. Katie Dikia, her first.
And nice move by Istanbuloglu. Just a little up and under.
First foul on Dikia, excuse me. As Istanbuloglu, the Turkish product, sophomore, came through the Fenerbahce system. Second free throw is good. Pressure from Curry once again disruptive. Harley Painter, the graduate student from Grayson, Kentucky, a close by product here. Morehead considers it a hometown kid.
For the remainder of the quarter, the Cardinals will shoot the bonus.
Another 3-ball is good from Painter, and she's going early. Little momentum for Morehead State.
And Harley Painter has scored in double figures the first 3 out of 4 games for Morehead State. So she's really one of those players, if she gets hot, she can hit a lot of shots.
And she's one who's been hoping to get going, just 6 of 23 from 3 coming into this game, but splash down on her first 2 shot attempts of this game. Trying to find a way to get the ball to Novick. Instead, it's a 3-ball splash down from Marquez. And just like that, it's a tie ball game.
Yeah, and Jeff, we talked about this earlier. For Morehead State to stay in this basketball game, those shots you have to hit. I mean, this Cards team is number 25 in the country for a reason. And right now, Morehead State's doing a nice job disrupting them.
Painter, pull-up jumper, couldn't get it to fall. A little bit of a hectic pace here right now as Louisville's trying to regain the reins here, but Morehead State has come to play early on.
It's time to play by ourselves, brought to you by Real Estate Services. Our contestant tonight is Jason. Jason, here's how the game works. We'll read a statement, and if you think the statement is true, you hold up the buy card. If you think the statement is false, then hold up the sell card. Are you ready? Here's today's statement. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade has always been Thanksgiving themed. Buy or sell, Jason? What do you got, Jason? Sell is correct. The Macy's Day Parade was initially Christmas themed and debuted in 1924. Nice job, Jason! Remember, when buying or selling your next home, members of the U of L community can earn up to $5,400 back through the U of L Real Estate Rewards Program. Visit SchulerMember.com. It's the best food you can make. Let's see how well our student athletes and coaches know these Gen Z terms.
Well, Louisville started out hot, but Morehead State has stormed right back into this thing with 3 consecutive threes, 2 of them coming from Harley Painter, pride of Boyd County High School, and then Eileen Marquez added a 3 of her own. Those are the 2 sharpshooters on this Morehead State squad, and Harley Painter scored 2,500 points, or almost 2,500 points in high school at Boyd County, playing for the home area team here. Talk about a hot start, Jess, to get in here and get going.
Yeah, and that's what she needs to come in and do. She's almost at her average already of 9 points per game, but you know, she's gonna have to keep shooting those shots and making them. And right now, Morehead State's doing a really nice job. When Louisville's defense breaks down, they're getting open looks and making them.
Melissa Russell, one of the veterans of this team. She's been in the program for 5 years now. Marquez, a couple of hesitations, gets to the rim and gives Morehead State the lead. And that is the first lead of the game for Morehead State. In the corner, Berry buries it.
Imari Berry, we talked about it earlier in this broadcast, coming off huge 3-point shots against Kentucky, and she picks up right where she left off.
She is grabbing the rebound. Imari Berry, a freshman, now has 7 3-pointers in the early going of this young season. She's open again, and she buries it again. Just what Louisville needed after Morehead State has started to get going offensively. There's Marquez out front. Painter, nice fake. Couldn't get it to fall.
And Imari Berry knocking it down from the three-point line. She's a fun player to watch.
Just getting into that corner too, which I know is probably driving the Morehead State staff nuts if there's an open shooter in the corner. That is a coach's worst nightmare. As Curry brings it into the forecourt. Morehead State in a zone defense here. Berry again for three. Time just a bit short. Here's Novick.
And that's one player that we talked about in the Open that we really haven't seen a lot of from tonight yet, just because some other players have stepped up.
Novick 2 assists, and that has been her calling card. Make that three tonight as Marquez now has gotten going with a couple of threes.
And you see the smiles from all of them as they run back. They think they can win this ball game, and they're playing like it as well right now.
Isla Juffermans just took a big hit. A freshman from Australia. She is going to go to the line to shoot. Morehead State, by the way, 18 points, 12 of them so far from three-point range. 2 for Marquez, 2 for Painter. As Isla Juffermans heads to the free throw line. One of the army of freshmen on this Jeff Walls coach team, a very young squad. There's the whole list of them. Talented young player out of Australia hits both her free throws. Down to the final 150 seconds of this first quarter.
Cardinals number 0, Isla Juffermans. Her first. Team second.
Isla Juffermans is on the floor now for Louisville and picked up the foul there. Daughter of Gilbert Juffermans. Louisville also looks like they're in a zone as a three ball splashes down for Painter. And her, Marquez, and Berry are in a three-point shooting contest at this point.
And Louisville just getting killed on the defensive end. No communication whatsoever, just letting them shoot the ball.
Istanbuloglu tried to get in on the party, but was way off. This is Marquez. Transition jumper is good. Morehead State, 9 of 14 from the field here in this first quarter. As Istanbuloglu answers with a jumper of her own. I'll tell you what, this sort of feels like the home opener for Louisville against Southern Indiana, where USI came out hot and made it competitive in that first quarter. We'll see what the response is from Louisville.
Yeah, both teams just swapping baskets right now. And that was one key to the game for Louisville. They know they can score the ball, but let's see who can get down and defend. And right now, Louisville's not doing a good job of the defensive end.
For a second there, anybody on this side of the court thought Aaliyah Holmes swished that three short as Juffermans takes advantage in transition. She's got an early 4 points for Louisville. And Cards are 6 of their last 8 from the field. They have been no slouch in this first half offensively. 8 of 11 with 4 assists on those buckets. The lead is just a 3-point difference as Berry got the assist on that one.
Yeah, Isla Juffermans running the floor, and Berry just puts it up. Nice little touch pass and a good finish by Juffermans. That's what you like to see, Jeff, though, when the post players sprint the floor hard and are able to finish the layup.
Maya Rosarian and Krishan Coleman checking in here for Morehead State along with Alyssa Berry. Final minute of this first quarter, Juffermans for 2 again. She's got 6. And all of a sudden, Louisville has expanded its lead back out to 5 before the answer there from Coleman. High-scoring opening quarter here between these two teams. They're a combined 19 of 28 from the field. 7 assists on 10 buckets for Morehead State. 5 on 9 for Louisville. This is Williams. Nice entry pass to Juffermans. Trying to muscle her way in, but the travel is called. Plenty of time here for Morehead State to get something back in the other direction. You have to think that they're going to try to find Novick. This is Berry. Down under 4 seconds, trying to find some space at the buzzer. Got it! What a first quarter between these two teams. A 1-point ball game, and they are on as we start this second quarter.
Yeah, that's a lot of players to play in the first quarter, but right now Jeff Walsh is just seeing who can come in, give them a spark, not just on the offensive end. They're shooting the ball well, shooting 75% all around, but who can come in and get down in a stance and stop the Morehead State Eagles from scoring the basketball?
Jeff Walsh loves teams that play hard. We know that that was a big point of emphasis coming into the season, but also leading into this game is the hard work ethic and showing the effort. And he is not someone who is going to be shy about pulling the trigger on substitutions. There's Williams tried the entry pass there. Now Berry, junior from Texas. Morehead State a chance to settle a little bit. Berry guarding Berry, and draws the foul around the rim there. That's the first on Imari Berry. And Alyssa Berry will go to the free throw line, averaging 5 points a game this season, coming off the bench for the Eagles. And a very competitive OVC. Chance to tie the game here early in that second quarter, and she does exactly that. Here's Jalea Williams, the Miami transfer. Berry trying to keep the hot shooting going. Tries it. Couldn't get that one to fall. And the foul underneath will keep the ball on this end of the floor. It was called on Coleman. And look, we mentioned this at the start of the game, Jess, but if I told you after watching the first 11 minutes of this game that Morehead State's shooting 37% as a team, 26% from 3, and Louisville's just 29% from 3, you wouldn't believe me with the way this game has started.
No, it's been an offensive battle so far. Not very good defense on either ends of the floor. But so this game's really going to be determined by who can keep hitting open shots, and on the flip side of that, who can get down in a stance and play team defense.
A couple of rushed possessions here for Morehead State. And pull-up jumper was no good. Louisville under Jeff Walsh 94 and 25 after losses. Pretty good at responding. Williams for 3, got it! Her first bucket of the game, and it's a big one. Louisville now has 4 threes of its own. Painter put off there by Isen Balolu is called for the travel. 3 substitutions coming on for Morehead State. Novick, Dikia, and Marquez coming on. Both teams mixing up their defensive looks to see if they can put their opponent off as Berry walks it through the 2-3 and bangs it in.
Yeah, and Morehead State playing a 2-3 defense, and that's what you have to do. Break down defense, get to that middle paint. If somebody stops you, kick it to your post player, but nobody stopped Imari Berry, and she hit the open jump shot.
A couple rocky possessions here for Morehead State. And this is where you start to get a little bit into that danger zone. 6 turnovers in this first half. Very similar to the last game at home, as we mentioned. Southern Indiana started hot and Louisville pulled away in that second quarter. 3 turnovers in the last 6 possessions now for Morehead State. And on the other end, Louisville now cooking up 8 as Williams getting going with a couple of threes. The Cards playing well here in the second quarter.
Escape the ordinary at Caesars, Southern Indiana, your entertainment destination. You must be 21 years or old or older to gamble. Know when to stop before you start. Gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Prairie Farms is proud to partner with the Louisville Cardinals to showcase standout student athletes with the Prairie Farms Student Athlete of the Week. This week's winner is women's basketball's Tajian Roberts. Roberts was named ACC Rookie of the Week and has scored at least 10 points in each of her first 4 games this year. Follow @GoCards on social media to see who will be the next Prairie Farms Student Athlete of the Week.
Surviving the initial giveaway, and Roberts for 3. Got it. That is a dagger.
Take to the basket on the baseline. Good. See a great defensive play. Make a mistake on offense. Three-pointer that is good from back there. Roberts hits it.
Now fans, turn your attention to the video board as we look back at some of the highlighted accomplishments in the last 50 years of Louisville basketball. Coached by Terry Hall, the Cards were led in scoring by Janet McNew, pictured on the screen, who averaged 12.9 points per game.
When we say everybody's getting in on this 3-point shooting party, we mean everybody. Jalea Williams 0 for 2 from 3-point range coming into this game. Splashed down on both of her attempts here in this second quarter as Jeff Walls and the Cards pulling away to an 8-point lead here in the second quarter, trying to improve upon that ridiculous 94-25 record. After losses, they dropped the overtime rivalry matchup to Kentucky, a painful way to lose to. A scoreless the first 4 minutes of the overtime. And then Kentucky scored the final 10 points of the game. Score a little bit misleading of how close it was, as a much needed bucket there for Morehead State. Comes by way of Eileen Marquez, who's got 12 points here in this first quarter. Juffermans, she's played well here in this first half, as Morehead State really wanted the travel on Easton Bololu to be called out front. They did miss it, but Louisville kept playing, and going to the line now is Juffermans.
That's why they tell you you'll have to keep playing, even if there's not a whistle, or even there is a whistle, because you just never know when the refs are going to miss something.
And something to note here now, Dikia also with 2 fouls. And so of the key rebounding presence on this team for Morehead State, Novik, Dikia, and Ugla all have 2 fouls. This is not a terribly deep Morehead State team in the front court against a very big Louisville squad. Here's Novik, sophomore from Belarus, trusted to play with the 2 fouls. Dikia, nice move, and a bucket for Morehead State. Well, it's so funny, Juffermans coming in here, the MVP of the FIBA U18 Asia Women's Asian Championship, and I feel like is not one of the freshmen who has gotten all the accolades. The high school All-Americans from here stateside, as a 3-ball is good for Louisville, has them back out by 8 again. Berry's got 11 now for Louisville. Ten on the shot. Novik, nice fake 3-ball, splash down for Morehead State.
Yeah, nice little simple ball fake. Got the defender to jump and then was able to knock down her 3-point shot.
Her first attempt from 3 this game, Novik, as Berry feeling it. Why not? Berry buries it again.
I like that, Jeff.
Thank you. It just came to me. Open in the corner, Marquez almost down. "13 made threes in this first half as Juffermans flips in the lay-in, and Williams now has 3 assists.
And Julia Williams, the entire season, being able to see the floor. She's a veteran player, but it was funny, the practice I went to a few weeks ago, she told her teammates that she's gonna get 10 assists one game. They just need to make the shots that whenever she passes them the ball. I can't say exactly what she said on air.
Another good find there. Roberts for 3. Everybody in the building is feeling it right now. The Cards are 8 for 12 from 3. Morehead State 6 of 10, but Louisville now out to a 13-point margin here. Down under 4 minutes. Juffermans got a chunk there at the end, and it's going to be 3 free throw attempts coming up for Holmes. And Nyla Harris and Olivia Cochran are going to come back in for Juffermans. 9 points for Juffermans off the bench. She's stand below Lou, 4 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, exactly what Jeff Walls wants out of both of those players. Aaliyah Holmes, the junior from Austin, Texas, by way of New Mexico Junior College. Missing the free throw to start things off. It's an 8-0 run over the last 76 seconds for Louisville. The Cards have made each of their last 7 baskets.
And if you're Morehead State, right now you need to hit these free throws.
Just gotta keep hanging around as Holmes makes 1 of 3 from the line. With sub coming in is Curran Brunson. Randolph back in for Louisville as the Cards now have matched their season high, albeit a young season, just in their 5th game with 8 threes in this first half. They were feeling it from distance against this zone. Tough entry pass there from Roberts, but it'll stay with Louisville as Cochran was able to get the Morehead State defender to touch it last. Cochran crashing down. This is Roberts out front, sensational freshman Tajian Roberts. Berry. Good defense there from Morehead State from two players with 2 fouls. Novick. And that's a big one. And she's whistled for the charge. That's her 3rd personal foul here in this first half. And that is a problem for Morehead State with everything that she means to this team.
Yeah, McKinley Randolph, you see, just getting her feet set, and then actually it looked like she was kind of shocked that she got that call with a big smile on her face. But yeah, that is definitely not a good sign for the Morehead State Eagles. Katie Novick coming into this game, leading her team. But her teammates have done a very nice job of stepping up, hitting open shots, trying to stay in this ball game.
They're doing everything that they can. As Berry, another one from the corner. That's her 5th 3 of this first half. She's got 17. And we're starting to get into the territory of wondering where this performance is going to rate for player shooting-wise. Sydney Taylor hit 7 threes against Georgia Tech last season. As Berry makes a bucket, or excuse me, gets the assist, and the Cards are all the way up 17 here, 2:09 to go. Well, if you like made baskets, and particularly ones that don't touch the rim, you have tuned into the right game. Louisville 18 of 24 in this first half on a 13-1 run. They've missed 1 of their last 10 shots, and they're up 17. This game was tight as a tick not that long ago. 34-6 off the bench for the Cardinals, who have used this second quarter to generate some serious distance, outscoring Morehead State by 16 over the last 8 minutes, and speeding up Morehead State, especially on the offensive end. Here's Jayda Curry, and they're trying to find, oh, that's a hard hit from Cochran. As they continue to look for the hot hands. So far today, everybody's had a hot hand. Curry hit a 3, Roberts has a 3. And Cards 9 of 13 from long range, as Cochran's gonna go to the free throw line. You'd be hard pressed, Jess, to say 1:55 left in the second quarter, and Olivia Cochran, who has meant so much to this program over the last 5 seasons now, has 3 points in just 8 minutes, and her team is up 18 points.
Yeah, it just shows how great this group of freshmen and newcomers are. They're still trying to gel together, learn their roles, and that's honestly, for Olivia Cochran, takes a lot of pressure off of her. She doesn't have to score the basketball this season as much as she's done in the past, but we all know she can score the basketball. It'll just be whenever her time is.
Relishing the opportunity to be a leader on this team. Nice steal there. Almost found Roberts. Morehead State just has to be careful here that this game doesn't get away from them. They haven't scored a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes. The scoring drought is now past 2 minutes. The free throw from Holmes, really the only bucket that they've been able to, or point that they've been able to register in a while. 6 turnovers this quarter. And with no Katie Novick on the floor, it's a tough proposition here at the end of this second quarter. 3-ball corner pocket. It's Roberts.
And that's the other thing, Jeff. For the first few games, Tajian Roberts excellent. She's been the player to talk about. The last game, Imari Berry, you never know who's going to step up on this team. And Jeff Wall says that's a good thing and a bad thing, but it's still early in the season.
Roberts with 7 points here, 3 away from getting her 5th consecutive game with double-digit scoring. And turns the ball over there. Final minute of this first half. And Morehead State playing with its bench here at the end of the first half, with the exception of Ugwa. That shot is long. And Louisville a chance here to build out its lead even more, up 21 now. Randolph thought about the 3. And that is a tough finish at the rim.
Good take by Randolph. When you're hitting so many three-point shots, the whole team, the defense runs out. That was a nice little pump fake and just drive to the basket.
Foul one underneath the basket there
The foul on the Cardinals, number 30,
for Khalees Hill. She'll go to the line to shoot. So far, just 10 of 11 players for Louisville who've played in this game have scored. The numbers, I mean, the numbers are ridiculous. 25 scores in 36 possessions. 1.639 points per possession. I mean, Louisville is just doing anything and everything at will. 20 of 26 from the field, 10 threes. And Morehead State is experiencing the fate that probably any team would if they're playing an opponent that's shooting like this.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Louisville's on track for 120 point game.
Curry for 3. Crowd would have lost it if that went in.
Yeah,
Final 5
little
seconds.
heat check.
Roberts is going to try one at the buzzer. No good. Nevertheless, it's 59 points in the first half for Louisville, 17 in the front court for Morehead State. So something to track here in the early stages as we're underway in the Yum Center. And right off the bat, Olivia Cochran gets the shooter's touch there. She's got 8. Morehead State trying to hang around here. Novick is going to have to be a big factor. Nice pass out of the double for the lay-in. Novick has 5 assists now as Ugwa knocks in her 2nd bucket of the night. 9 assists on 15 baskets for Morehead State. But the turnovers have been killer. 10 turnovers as Nyla Harris flips in the layup from Williams.
Jalea Williams' court vision is so good.
Already up to 6 assists here in this ball game tonight to go with her 6 points, Jalea Williams. Marquez was fantastic in that first quarter, 12 points. Nice take there from Dikia. She's got 4. There's Cochran going right at Dikia. Pace a little bit less, shall we say, frenetic to start this second half. Both teams working through half-court sets a little bit more. Williams has the roller, and Harris, nice find. And Harris, that's going to be a shot clock violation. No. There's a question there from Chris Palmer. And the shot clock reset. I'm not sure that hit the rim, but Louisville takes advantage of the moment. And Harris now has 8. Got to get Novick going offensively. 5 points for her. 17 is the average this season for Novick. And a foul underneath is on Painter. That's 2 on Painter.
At the line for the Cardinals, number 22, Tajian Roberts. That's 2.
How about Tajian Roberts? what a start to her career. Freshman from San Diego, highly decorated out of high school, and has been fantastic so far this season. If she makes this free throw, she will open the season, and I jinxed her, but open the season with 5 consecutive double-digit scoring performances.
Yeah, Tajian Roberts shooting 50%, 42% from the three-point line this season before coming into this basketball game.
She's done a little bit of everything, and there's a nice recovery from Harris for the block. But that's what makes Williams and Roberts such an intriguing backcourt duo. They do so many different things. They can score, obviously, but we've talked a lot about Williams and her passing. But Roberts also a good passer, a good stealer of the basketball, good defender. And they both have had big games early in this season. As Novick gets one up and in.
Out of bounds, possession sticks with the Cards.
Lively crowd here tonight for Louisville. Start to get the sense that folks are in that excited holiday spirit, and thankful for all the threes that they're seeing tonight, as Louisville has 11 so far in this game. The school record, by the way, for threes in a game, at least in the women's program, 18, set back in 2012 against Syracuse. 7 more need to be dialed up to match that. Ugwa turned into Olivia Cochran. That is not a cul-de-sac you want to drive down. Starters getting extended clock here to open the second half. They were quickly subbed out in the first by Jeff Walls, and needed to be this time, as Williams draws the foul underneath. And that's 2 quick fouls here, Jess, for Painter. Painter was a huge factor in that first quarter, 9 points, 3 threes, but she's up to 3 personal fouls. She's got to be careful here early in this second half.
Yeah, Morehead State, the first quarter they came out just, you know, hitting Louisville in the mouth, wanting to push the pace, and they're looking a little bit more fatigued in this third quarter, and Louisville's just really taking its lead.
And a timeout called underneath the basket by Jeff Walls. Louisville up 26 here in the third quarter.
Visit Littman.com. That's Littman, the official hardwood floor care provider of the Louisville Cardinals. Your third-ranked Louisville volleyball team is back in the KFC Young Center next week on Wednesday, November 27th, hosting #1 Pitt in a rivalry week battle. It's a red out, so get your Cardinals gear and get your tickets at gocards.com/BB-Pitt to cheer on your Cards. Thank you to everyone who donated food and hygiene items to our annual food drive in partnership with Kroger. We are proud to support the Louisville community. Card fans, get your nails up. U of L Athletics has partnered with locally owned Great Big Brewing to bring you Cardinal, the official craft beer of the Louisville Cardinals. Crisp, light, and available throughout the KFC Young Center. Cardinal from Bravely Brewing, where fresh beer is everything.
So Imari Berry, McDonald's All-American, Gatorade Player of the Year out of Tennessee, Miss Basketball as well, has set a new mark for three-pointers made in the game for freshmen for Louisville. And she has been outstanding so far in this game. Excuse me, she's made 5. 7 is the record, so she's gotta get to that. A couple chances surely coming her way when she gets back on the floor. Louisville sticking with a starting group here. 3 ball is no good. The addition of Anaya Hardy, the freshman from Detroit, on the floor. Hardy is the 12th player tonight to be used by Jeff Walz in Louisville. Six minutes left in this third quarter as Louisville has really put its clamps down on this game. It's 41-16 after a first quarter separated by a point as Hardy gets on board. 11 of 12 players now for Louisville have points. 36 bench points for Louisville.
And if you notice there, Anaya Hardy got the ball at the free throw line, had an open shot but didn't want to take it. First time in the game, made the pass, and then got it comfortable at the block where she likes to score the ball and was able to get her 2 points. But I like not going in and shooting the ball right away, especially if you haven't played the entire game. You're wide open. You haven't had any shots since you haven't played. So I like getting that first shot right under the basket.
And the teammate recognition, too, to recognize, hey, you got new position here. Let's get you the ball again.
Correct.
17 assists on 25 baskets. That is speaking Jeff Walz's language. Louisville 71% from the field in this game. Outrageous numbers. Hardy contesting that shot. And here is the hot hand Berry. Trying to force that in. Walz telling her not to force it. There's still coaching to do here in the third quarter. Back inside the KFC Yum Center where Louisville is up 28 points, and the bench has been outstanding for Louisville tonight. And they've almost caught up to Morehead State just on their own scoring. Morehead State started the game 11 of 17 in the first quarter, but over the last quarter and a half, 6 of 17 with 8 turnovers, as Louisville has ratcheted up the defensive intensity. And the Cards bench has really shot it well. Good pass inside, but Hardy couldn't convert from Russell. And Cardinals trying to move to 3-2 on this campaign. They've lost 2 games to ranked opponents, Kentucky and UCLA. And they beat UT Martin on the road. That's a tough environment to go play in. And beat Southern Indiana in the home opener here. Very similar game to this one. We keep talking about that during the breaks. Southern Indiana started really well, just like Morehead State. And Louisville has put the clamps on tonight, similarly to the way they did in their home opener, as Arenas is caught at half court with the turnover and pressure.
Yeah, but Jeff, when you have as deep of a bench, production-wise, as this Louisville Cardinals team does, it's hard because you can just run players in and out who have been productive and who've been productive scoring and on the defensive side. So it definitely runs the other team down, where we've said Morehead State looks a little bit more fatigued than the Cardinals team does.
And both times, Morehead State starters and Southern Indiana starters got hot. 3 ball there is good. That was Marquez, who has been outstanding tonight. 17 points and another turnover from Louisville. 10 of those 17 coming in that first quarter for Marquez.
And Marquez coming into this game, a 40% 3-point shooter.
Her team 12 of 28 tonight from the field. Marquez is 7 for 8. That is outstanding from our stat man, Ken. Running layup is no good, but a re-entry rebound, that's rare. And the putback is almost down for Rosarion. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. But all the hustle points go to Isla Berry for the rebound.
Yeah, nice take, just rimmed in and out. Morehead State have had a few like that tonight, but good hustle play.
Rosarion gets on the score sheet with that bucket. It's a 6-0 run now here for Morehead State to get this number back closer to 20. The Cards struggling a little bit with this pressure until this run, as Berry finishes there. 19 now for Imari Berry. She is absolutely cooking the last 2 games. And we're going to talk about the points a lot for obvious reasons. She's hot shooting it, but Imari Berry also has 3 rebounds, 3 assists. She looks a little uncomfortable. A hamstring, maybe. Obviously staying on the floor. Just something to keep an eye on here, Imari Berry. Stand below loop to Berry. Now this is Juffermans. Had a nice first half. Morehead State wanted the travel. Berry for 3 is no good. Ugwa running the floor, and that's going to be a travel on Morehead State. Berry again. Tough finish with the scoop.
And Imari Berry just taking it herself. She's looked excellent tonight, Jeff. I mean, just an all-around player. You know, Jeff, we talked about Imari Berry with the 21 points, 3 assists, but I also have to point out she's only had 1 turnover in 16 minutes of play.
That is insane considering the number of times she's had the ball in her hands. Here's Novick, pull up Jay, no good. Novick guarded by Juffermans, goes to her left and couldn't get it to fall. She's had a couple of layups rim out on her, unlucky. As Reagan Bender checks in, these freshmen from right here in town with the Sacred Heart. Nice round of applause for the local kid. The Cards still comfortably in front. Here is Bender. And that's going to be an illegal screen on East Stanbalolu as Louisville starting to get tripped up a little bit here on the offensive end. Same with Morehead State, 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes. Free ball from Painter. She's got 4 threes.
And Jeff, 2 of those threes have been from a lot of steps behind the 3-point line. They have not been anywhere close.
Deep range for the Boyd County High School product.
Jeff, yeah, she's 4 for 5 and another one. But that's the thing. In the second and third quarter, I feel like if you're Morehead State, well, if I'm Morehead State, I'm trying to get her the basketball. I'm trying to drive to the basket and kick out for her to shoot that shot.
Don't sleep on Novick now. 5 assists for her. Alyssa Berry has 3. 13 assists on 21 buckets for Morehead State.
Jayda Curry. They replace Isla Juffermans and Imari Berry.
Curry and Roberts back on the floor for Louisville. Painter's looking for it. Took a big hit there. .10 on the shot clock, and that was a pick and roll that is not on the same page. We stand below Lou for 2.
Nice 2-on-1 play, and I was able to hear Tajian Roberts kind of tell Elifistan Balolu to run the floor, and she was going to get her that basket.
Well, the second quarter has been all the difference for Louisville. They outscored Morehead State by 21 in the second. And this quarter, even. Louisville against Louisville, top 25 program on their floor. 9 of 14 from 3-point range. And you're down 22.
Yeah, it just shows how well or how good of an offensive team this Louisville program is. I mean, 57-79. If you really have watched the entire game, I mean, take out the second quarter, and Morehead State is right there with the Cards.
They have played well tonight as Berry goes to the free throw line. Coming off the bench tonight, 4 points, 3 assists for the redshirt junior from Pearland, Texas. Here's Roberts all the way to the 10. Juffermans almost clean up on aisle 9. This is Novick. Painter thought about it. Curry recovered well, and a foul there is on Juffermans.
Foul on the Cardinals, number 15, Isla Juffermans, her second. Team second.
That first quarter jolted some life into the Center. 28-27 Louisville. Morehead State making everything. Louisville making everything. The Cards put the clamps on in that second quarter. 31-10. As Painter still trying to find that jumper is good for Curry. She'll go to the line. And this has been a nice confidence builder for Jayda Curry coming back after missing the first 4 games.
Morehead State's number 3, Imari Berry, her first. Team first in the fourth quarter. At the line for the Cardinals, number 30.
And Jess, you can speak to this. Just coming off of an injury and missing time, especially to start the season, you want to obviously get your legs underneath you, but what do you think Jayda Curry was thinking coming into this game and starting to log some minutes?
Oh yeah, it's extremely hard, especially, I mean, coming off any injury, but especially playing for a team where Jayda Curry was on this Louisville basketball team last year, so she knows the style, and then having all these new freshmen and transfers coming in, and her having to be injured and sit out the first few games while everybody's still trying to mesh together, sitting out practices as well. So coming into this game, I mean, we talked about it earlier, her hitting that first shot, just the confidence booster, and to only go up from here for her.
Transfer from Cal was fantastic in her first year with the Cards last season. 3-ball corner pocket is good. The Louisville kid, Reagan Bender, splashdown.
And the crowd goes crazy, everybody pumping their fists.
You love to see it as the Cardinals have gotten scoring from all but one player who has appeared in this game. 50 bench points. Tough finish in traffic there for Maya Rosarian. Crowd wanting to pull it again. There it is. Bender got it.
There we go, same corner.
And the bench loves it for Louisville. 2 threes. Bender part of this small army of freshmen on this team. Big time winner in high school.
Yes, very 4-time state champion at Sacred Heart Academy.
Timeout, Morehead State.
The timeout on the floor, Morehead State. We're having fun here at the Center, fourth quarter.
Imari Berry is the Cards grinder of the game tonight. Congratulations to Jason Luker on choosing the correct grinder of the game. You're going home with a free grinder sandwich from Parlor. A representative will reach out to you to claim your prize. Courtesy of Parlor. People, pizza, pints. Parlor. Now please take a look at the video board as we look back at some of the highlighted accomplishments in the last 50 years of Louisville basketball. Joan Donovan Brooks led the team with 119 assists and 62 steals on the season, while averaging 11.2 points per game. She became the program's second 1,000-point scorer the next season. It's time for the Mike's Car Wash Lucky Row. Fans in section 115, row G. You are going home with a prize from Mike's Car Wash. Don't forget also every Tuesday during the Louisville basketball season, it's Louis Tuesday. You can get $5 off Mike's Car Wash's top 2 washes for Louis Tuesday. Thanks as always to Mike's Car Wash, family owned and operated since 1948.
Back here in Louisville, where a Louisville kid is pumping the crowd up with some three-point shooting touch. How about Reagan Bender getting in on the action? 2 threes here in this fourth quarter. And watch the bench. The bench fired up. Her teammates love to see it as the Cards just continue raining threes. We said they had a long way to go to get to the team record that they set against Syracuse 12 years ago, but they are approaching it. They only need 5 more to tie that record. And there's plenty of time given the way the threes have been falling for these two teams tonight. Louisville has won the last 4 meetings between these two Kentucky schools. 29th meeting overall between them as Bender traveled in front.
Coach Wall's over there just telling her to shoot the ball.
One thing about Jeff Walls, he's always going to encourage his shooters to shoot the ball. He gets mad at them when they don't. Good defending from Roberts. Finally, Painter is able to get to it. Little scoop shot from Painter. She's got 17.
Just to go back to your point about Jeff Walls and shooting the ball, that's one thing he'll never do, is he always says he won't take you out for missing open shots.
Roberts tries a little floater, no good. Or a runner, excuse me. Here's Berry. Picked up a dribble probably a little early. And nicely recovered though by Ugla. Ugla with experience with the Irish youth national team. Marquez fires from 3, no good. She was piping hot that first half. Foul underneath as Berry took a big hit.
Foul on Morehead State's number 3, Isla Berry, her second.
That's 2 on Berry as a couple of substitutions are going to come on for both teams. Sosa Mafadan is coming on for Louisville. The freshman, redshirt freshman from Nigeria.
Number 10, Sosa Mafadan. And number 0, Zayla Arenas.
Arenas also coming back in late there.
At the line for the Cardinals, number 21, Reagan Bender will shoot 2.
And they're going to try to get those two some buckets here late if they want to get everybody who has played in this game some points for the Cardinals. Rare misses on the free throw line for Bender, but Mafadan cleans it up with the and 1.
Foul on Morehead State's number 14, number her first, team third. Into the game for the Eagles, number 11.
Yeah, Reagan misses the free throw and Sosa just cleans it up. You talk about everybody scoring, Jeff. Now she's on the board as well.
It's going to all fall down to Arenas here. Can Arenas get on the board? We know she is a dynamic scorer. She's got plenty of time here to try to get on the board. Novick whistled for the charge on Curry. Novick has played well tonight, but 5 turnovers now. 9 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds for her. Typical stat stuffer of a night. But it's been her teammates who have really generated the most of the scoring punch.
For the remainder of the game, the Cardinals will shoot the bonus.
Curry thought about it. Here's a Mafadan. Curry now gets a shot at it. It's good. It's a familiar sign, a player named Curry wearing the number 30 splashing down from distance. She's got 9, and Louisville's approaching 100 for the game.
Yeah, this is definitely a good start back for Jayda Curry, being out first few games, trying to get her flow, get her rhythm back.
Up to 15 minutes on the floor tonight. Good news for Louisville.
Possession stays with the Cards. Into the game for Morehead State, number 10, Michelle Whitlow. Replacing number 20, Katie Dikier.
Here's Istanbuloglu, played a career high tonight in minutes, 23. That 3 ball's no good. Bender fires, no good. Crowd wanted it. Here's Payne. Driving on Bender and flipped that in. I didn't even know where the ball was until it was in the basket.
Now Painter has done a really nice job of, you know, she made those early threes. With the I gotta go on. Now everybody in the Louisville Cardinals team, correct me if I'm wrong, has scored.
That's correct.
But back to Painter, she's done just a really nice job of, she hit the early 3-point shots, so the defense had to come out on her, and then she's just taking it to the basket now.
14 different scores for Louisville of everyone who's played tonight. Marquez and Hardy back out on the floor. Foul called underneath is going to result in a couple of free throws for the Cardinals. Here's Anaya Hardy, a freshman from Detroit, making her 3rd appearance for the Cards this season.
Hardy has 2.
And Jeff, a lot of missed free throws for the Cards in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's been a bugaboo for Louisville this season. Just 43 of 70 from the free throw line coming into this game. And tonight they're now 11 of 22. And obviously, any coach is going to pick nits early in the season, no matter what the score difference is. And I'm sure that'll be one of the things that Jeff Walz mentions, is the free throw shooting's got to get better as the games tighten up, and those little margins matter quite a bit in the ACC. Imafidon getting a bucket. Jalea Williams knocking Jeff Walz after that.
That's one thing. I mean, in a game like this, it's so far-fetched. The free throws, you know, don't matter, but as you get into play better and better teams, you get into the ACC tournament, NCAA tournament, I mean, it could come down to a few points, and all the free throws you can hit matter.
Marquez tried to skip that one in off the glass. And that's been good business on the offensive glass as Imafidon gets the offensive board. Jalea Williams coming over to knock Jeff Walz.
So she was probably excited about this. I think they still do it. They at least did it when I was there. So if you miss a free throw, okay, if somebody cleans it up, that's 2 points. If she would have made that free throw, it's really only 1 point. So technically, in Jeff Walz's book, is they got 2 points instead of 1, even though you missed that free throw because somebody cleaned it up for you.
He got a big smile when Williams came over and Amafadan swats it away. She's playing great here in the final few minutes of this quarter. Bender tried to reward her running through the middle. Amafadan, 4 points, 4 boards, 2 blocks. 3 of those rebounds on the offensive glass. What a pass from Curry ahead to Hardy. And 100 on the board for Louisville, the 32nd time in program history to hit triple digits. Under 2 minutes here. Louisville shooting 62.7% from 3. They've hit, or excuse me, from the field, 15 3-pointers. As we said, 14 different scorers for the Cards tonight. 24 assists on 37 makes. Here's Hardy going to work in the post, missed it. Novick running the break for the Eagles. Marquez, got it. She's got 20. And we're gonna get a timeout on the floor here with 76 seconds left. Let's take a look at Louisville's upcoming schedule. They always play a tough one, a non-conference slate. See a road trip out to Boulder to play Colorado. Some big names on there. UConn and Oklahoma, of course. Big time matchups that folks will be looking forward to. The UConn game especially. Everybody loves playing UConn, but
yeah,
Louisville fans particularly relish that matchup.
Definitely, that's always a fun one and always a battle. But you know, Louisville, Jeff Walz always schedules a tough schedule, especially in the beginning. You know, you have your ACC teams that you're always going to play, but he really tries to focus on tough non-conference teams to play in the non-conference, you know, early on, just to get ready for those first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament.
Gino Auriemma, of course, just becoming the winningest coach in college basketball history. Nice note for him. Now Morehead State, the upcoming schedule includes a matchup against Bellarmine, the Louisville school as well. So Morehead State, a chance to get right coming up here with a couple of these games on the slate between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
And that's one thing, Jeff. I mean, Morehead State's going to be able to watch this film first quarter, you know, take out their second quarter, and then you got the third and fourth. And they've honestly done a pretty good job of, you know, staying with the Cards.
Morehead State coach Chris Palmer, excuse me, the interim head coach, took over a month ago. And all things considered, probably be pretty happy with this team's offensive performance.
1 minute left in the game.
It's tough to defend a team like this Louisville squad with this many options as Curry gets into the lane to score. She's got 11 tonight in her first game this season. Marquez for 3.
And look at the hustle by Morehead State, getting on the floor, still going after offensive rebounds. That's one thing I will say is they have not quit throughout this entire game.
Morehead State, 13, Isla Marquez for second.
Berry is going to come on to spell Curry here at the end. Curry, you could tell Curry was starting to feel it a little bit towards the end of this shift. First game back this season. Nice performance from Jayda Curry, as Arenas will go to the line to shoot 2. And somehow we've gone this whole game without me gushing that between Arenas and Randolph, you've got 2 kids of former NBA stars in Gilbert Arenas and Zach Randolph. As Arenas gets the free throws to fall. Well, it's been an entertaining one. And we are now inching ever closer to the Thanksgiving break. a favorite for college kids. Somebody else gets to feed you for free.
Yes.
But a favorite for everyone. Arenas for three. Good. 16 threes for Louisville tonight. 2 away from tying the program record for a single game. They're running out of time, though. And that is where we're going to end things. Louisville gets 100 plus on the board. And the Cards get a get-right game that they needed. Jess, your final thoughts?
Yeah, you know, the Cards came out